Hello there, Avtar Nordine Zouareg here, and welcome to my weekly Q&A video. As I mentioned to you guys last time, I am picking one question or two and answer them weekly via video, which I'm doing now. And also, I want to keep people's names and information private. So please, when you do ask a question like you've been doing, just ask it through my Facebook Messenger. I really truly appreciate that, and I respect people's privacy, as you know. This week's question that I picked is from New York, and Lisa is asking, I read that you were bullied as a child. What advice do you have to overcome such painful experience? If you are watching this and you identify yourself as the person who asked the question, I'm not sure if you're referring to your child going through. I would assume that you're referring to a child that is going through bullies at school or otherwise, or if it's yourself. I'm not sure, but you can let me know via messenger if you'd like. I should have asked you, but anyway, I'm going to answer this question because it really hits home. Yes, I did go through a painful experience with bullies for a long time, both from both kids, schoolmates, and classmates, and teachers. I grew up beaten for a number of years. I did not want to talk about my experiences for a long time. Didn't want to share it with my parents. The school knew and didn't do anything, but that's another story. In terms of overcoming bullies or pain or such a horrendous experience, such as being bullied, to me, I had to go through several phases, so to speak. First, I would go through, a period where I would retrieve and not want to talk to anybody. And as soon as I get home, I would just go to my room and cry and feel sorry for myself. And then there's an anger that sets in, frustration. Then at one point or another, you feel as if you wanted to start protecting yourself and start, to me, it happened because the way I started to overcome the experience of the bullies was that I needed to stop projecting that I was weak. Sort of to me, it was like walking with a big board that said, I'm skinny and I'm ugly, you can beat me up, sort of energy. That's what I was, projecting. So the way it's about loving yourself. The way you see yourself and look at yourself is the way others are going to see you, look at you, treat you the way you're treating yourself. So, there is for me, it was a battle between my own self-esteem, which was very low, and identifying my self-worth. I know I touched on this last week, but I want to, since it's asked again here somewhat, whenever I compared myself to others and I was looking for others' validation, I could never get it because I was not estimating myself to be, or estimating myself to be this great person or strong and handsome kid. To the contrary, I was, putting myself down. My low self-esteem was pushed down by my own self. I don't know if it's making sense to you, but you'll understand. So I had to start identifying my own self-worth. Okay, who was I? What did I want? Who was Avtar? What did Avtar wanted? Those are the questions that I asked myself. Or if I saw, anyone who looked better than I did, in that case was pretty much everyone, I would say, why not me? Until you answer your own question, and the answer was, I can do this. At that very moment, you are starting to connect or reconnect to your self-worth that says that you're a unique person. Okay? There's no two of you. You believe yourself to be such and such. You believe yourself to be a strong person. You believe yourself to be a great father. You believe yourself to be a great mom. In the case of being bullied, you believe yourself to be a strong kid that is going to stand up for his right, that is going to protect himself. Those are the self-worth. You are getting self-validation. You're not looking outward for others' validation. There's a big difference, and that is the difference between self-worth and self-esteem. Self-esteem is an estimation, of yourself based on your experience and the experience of others about you. It is estimating up. You can estimate it up or down. You can have your self-esteem brought down all day long, several times a day, by anyone at any time. It is coming from the outside, not coming from the inside. It's barely motivating, not inspiring. But when you have self-worth, no one can take that away from you. No one. It is yours. No one can hijack it. So, and it comes from within, and it's self-validation, self-love, self-compassion. Understand those, and you will understand the difference between self-worth and self-esteem. So how do I overcome? Sorry, I'm giving a long answer because first off, guys, that I like to talk, and second, I want to make sure that you are getting it. This is a very emotional, question. It's a loaded question to me. I can talk about it all day long. So how to overcome bullies? Reconnect to who you truly are. So if it's your son or daughter that's going through that and they're not talking to you, just be there. Just project that love onto them. Pay attention to them, to their behaviors. And whenever you can, slowly get into them and find out. Ask them questions like, what do you want, son? Or what do you want, daughter? Who are you? I know those can be deep questions for a kid or a teenager to understand that, to even respond to. But trust me, they're smart. They will answer that. First to themselves, then to you. So prompt them to identify their self-worth and stop, operating from a self-esteem vantage point, so to speak. So help them to get in touch with their self-worth, which is self-validation, not self-esteem, which is seeking validation from others. There are a lot of people that are operating all their life with their self-esteem, and successful people, mind you. But they go through a lot of pain and unnecessary pain and sufferance, whenever their esteem is deflated by someone or something, they read something and they compare themselves to what's been said, and boom, they don't feel good for days or months. Or that is not a way to live. So connect to your self-worth, your self-love, your self-compassion, and your self-care. That is the key. Thank you, and till next time, have a great day.